Okay, in this video, or in the last video, I should say, we ended by making our elephant. And one issue that we had with the elephant and the giraffe was that the white parts on some of the cartoon character were also being turned transparent because we'd had no control over any of the white areas that are on this image. So we're going to take today and look at our image that we have with a green background. And to do that, we're going to switch to the compositing tab. And we're going to check use nodes. Now, typically, compositing is used for when you're adding special effects to a render or a video, or if you're doing green screen or removing the background. And what we're doing is basically like removing the green screen from the background of the video. So let's start by deleting the render layers. We're not going to use that. We're going to delete the compositor. We're not using that. And we're going to keep the viewing node. So we'll hit Shift A and add an input. And that input will be an image. And we'll put this here to the left and plug in the image output into this little yellow dot. Now, at the moment, there's not an image. So we're going to go to Open, go to wherever you have your images saved. For example, here's my cow with the green background. We'll click on that and click Open Image. Now, you'll notice that scrolling only zooms in and out on the vertices, but our picture is a little bit too big. So if you need to zoom in the background, the shortcut is V to zoom out, and Alt V will zoom in. So that way, if you need to see that a little better, you can adjust the size. And we need to search for king is the word we're looking for, node we're looking for, I should say. And we're just going to plug that in between our image and this little yellow connecting dot, which we should be able to move out of the way. So we have the image, and we're going to get an output, and we're going to use a color to tell it which areas to make transparent. So we're going to click on this white area, use the eyedropper, and select the background. And then it will take anything that's that color and make it transparent. So now our cow that has a lot of white, none of that is being changed. So that's pretty straightforward. Now we just need to get this as an image that we can use in Blender that saves this data. So if we hit Shift A, we want an output, and we want to go to a file. So we can take this information and split it from this little connector reroute dot to a file output. And then if we go here on the top right of the, not the 3D viewport, the compositor viewer, click on node, and it's going to show us the properties of the node we have selected. So we have the file output. So we can choose where this file will go to. So I want it to go in the same folder as my cow image. So I'm at the right place. And I'm just going to call this cow with alpha background. Alpha is just the term they use for a transparent background channel. We want this to be a PNG, and we want the color to be set to RGBA. So that's red channel, green channel, blue channel, and A is for the alpha channel. Now you can do a PNG that doesn't have an alpha channel, and then you will just end up with, I think it defaults to a white background. So you want to make sure you have RGBA selected. Once you have this, we're going to go to render, and we're going to hit render image because what is in here processes when you render. But instead of going to a normal screen, it's going to automatically save that. So render image, and you'll notice that nothing appears in our render image because we're not actually using a camera to render anything. So nothing will appear here. But if we go back to our folder, you should have, and for some reason it put it into another folder, but you have the cow, and it looks white here because the background of this folder is white. I'm pretty sure, let me leave all that stuff. If I drag this onto the black background, you'll notice that the thumbnail shows us that this background is showing the color behind it. So this shows us it does have the alpha channel attached. Okay. So let's hang on just a second. Okay, let's switch back to the layout. And for this, I'm not going to model the whole thing, but I'll show you how to set up the picture to use the alpha. It's pretty straightforward. So now if I press Shift A and add a mesh plane, I'm going to find my cowl with the alpha background, and it's laying flat. So we rotate it on the X axis, and by default, it automatically sets it up so that way you can see the transparency. So if I go into the shader tab and let's hit the slash and bring everything back, and then hit slash to focus on the cowl. What should be occurring is that we have the color of the image, and we also have the alpha, and the principled node has a place to plug in the alpha, so it automatically removes or uses that alpha channel to give us the transparency, and we don't have to hook anything else up. So in this video, I'm not going to go through the process of making the wooden part and putting that on there. If you want to have a cowl that you can have in your train scene, you can go ahead and do the rest of this. But if not, this just shows you how to take an image that has a green screen, green background, and make an alpha channel for that.